That was a tough one. I did this the first time and it wasn't recording anything I was saying. So hopefully I can narrow down in what I really have to say in regards to this website hookup or whatever, this YouTube video presentation. I'm only going to give you guys a little chunk of the tip of the iceberg. And real quickly, these are some notes that I've acquired from a book. My company's name's BTCT. You can search Blackbeard's Expo on Google to figure it out, which will get you results in regards to technology, network, and communication. And then Blackbeard's Expo consists of quite a few subsidiary categories of business in regards of programming or website designing or networking or software repair, hardware upgrade, and the list goes on. And not only do the lists go on, the list goes into depth. So, real quickly here, we got an overview of what's going to be presented to you in this presentation. Summarize the main plans, explain long-term course to follow, some good guidelines to follow, touch base on PMBOK, which when we get there I'll tell you what it is, version 2010, chaos, or whatever, CHOAS, development scope and what it is, execution of project plan, designing a scope, and PLCD, SDLC, and then ITPM, which is, like I said in the first slide, information technology, project management, methodology. We're not going to really talk too much about the methodologies of the PLC and SDL, but them two concepts themselves are technically a methodology and they coincide with each other and blah 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 blah. Enough said for this frosty first presentation. Welcome to the introduction. We are now at the long-term goal. The long-term goals are to maintain stability, contribute to society and the human well-being, deliver respect of high authority for yourself and deliver it to others. Fairness is our duty. Respect the privacy of others. You know, these are pretty much self-explanatory. Deliver comprehensible and thorough evaluations. Don't beat it around the bush. Say it straightforward. Say it how you see it. Consider the risks. You might lose some friends. For all you know, you might gain some friends. And the friends that you gain are better than the ones that you lost. But whatever the case may be, improve the public understanding of technology. You know, like I said in the beginning, technology is so diversified. People can use it to design PowerPoint presentations, computer programs, web applications, websites, network programs. The list goes on. So the more people that have a better understanding of what technology is and how to be able to use it efficiently, the better off technology and the users will be. And then last but not least, you acquire and maintain a professional competence. Acquiring it is simply day by day, one at a time. And then, maintain. Yeah, whatever. My brain fart. Not even thinking. I'm trying to get ahead of schedule. So next slide. PMBOK, which stands for Project Management, Body of Knowledge. And body of knowledge in regards to the subsidiary systems of the project. They're managed by themselves, self-governed, and they manage to be able to work efficiently. And the PMBOK consists of a scope. A scope is pretty much the synopsis of the entire project. Within the scope, you have a time frame set for the project to be achieved in. You also set a cost or a budget for the project. You also determine the factors of the quality of the project. Project hiring resource managers, who you're going to hire to do the, statement of worksheet little category, who's going to deliver the mission behind the job objective. The project HR manager is going to figure that out for you. But communications, your receptionist will handle that for you. The risk, well, the CIO, the Chief Information Officer, is going to be handling, the risks, evaluating them before they happen, and kind of guiding you in the right direction to succeed. Procurement, and then integration. And like I said, I'm only going to be able to give you a tip of the iceberg, or not even, just a chunk of the tip of the iceberg. Presentation is only going to touch on a few. 2010 chaos. There was a large list, and this is the list that I decided to pull from the large list, which primarily, number one, you have to have user involvement within the project. If you don't have user involvement, what good is the project? What good does it serve? Executive support corresponds with your resources, the higher level people that kind of enable you or give you authority to be able to continue with the project. Clear business objective, like I said, as before, being straightforward. This is the objective of the business. These are the goals that are going to be delivered, yada, yada, yada. Emotional maturity. Emotional maturity, I said this in the first time I did this video and realized it wasn't recording nothing, but I should have grabbed my notes for the second time. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and there's my lack of motivation, or whatever it's called, I forgot. Procrastination. I'm a professional at something, procrastinating. But emotional maturity in regards to being able to handle a situation with a code of ethics. You get into a dispute with a client at work, you're not going to duke it out right in the cube. You're going to take it to the manager, or the whoever's in charge of the shift or the location. You're going to take it to somebody else, higher authority. Or you could even be man to man first time around and be like, what, I don't appreciate what you said, don't appreciate what you do, blah 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 blah, whatever the type of dispute it is. And if it has to escalate, take it to the the grievance coordination of the business. But to emotional maturity, the code of ethics. You got a code of ethics to follow. And we're going to take it to the next step of optimization. Optimization is being able to efficiently deliver the services or products, or to meet the deadline of the project within the time frame set, or even achieve it beforehand. And you have an agile process which acquires these goals of the project, blah blah blah. Project management expertise, you got to have experts within the project to be able to maintain it and manage it efficiently. Skilled resources, well, your skilled resources would be your computer programmers, the people that are behind the larger structure of the organization. Execution, well, that's the actual process of doing. Tools and infrastructure. Tools and infrastructure be your network topology and whatever. Development of scope. The first thing to develop a scope is to have a valued-driven approach. And then I'm just going to really speed it up here, because within the scope, you got a time frame, you got a purpose, you got ownership of the scope, who owns what responsibilities within the project, you got resources, you got roles to follow, and the roles are stated within the scope. You don't go outside of the boundaries of the roles. Say some type of conflict arises, there's a certain set of rules to follow, code of ethics to deliver, but then you also have risks and assumptions within the scope of the entire project. What's the risks of having this project run overtime? What's the risk of getting it done early? What's the assumptions that we can make within the project, and so on and so forth. Interdependent tasks, I kind of touched base a little too far in depth the last time on this video, but that would be in regards to self-management position, or on supervised positions. You know, it's interdependent tasks. They're done by one person by themselves. Organize organizational change. Organizational change is in regards to how we're going to change this, you know, over this large set of processes, these large number of steps. Organizational change, structured to behind the change. And then organized operation in the environment larger than itself, which I try to touch on this in regards to the matrix. You know, me and a buddy got a computer program, works good on our computers. Well, how's it going to work in the real world across the globe? You know, on a large, wide area network, or a large area, local area network, whatever. Brain's thinking too quick, too far ahead of schedule. And here we got the project life cycle, and then systems development life cycle, which the project life cycle, you define the project goal, plan the project, execute the project, and close the project. The life cycle of the project is over. Systems development life cycle consists of planning, analyzing, or delivering an analysis, having a design, implementation, and maintenance and support behind the system's development. Maintenance and support develops it and makes it better. Implementation is the doing of the system process. You know, resources. Resources came from a book. You know, I should have popped it off in here. I'll have the resources. You'll see them.